Do we have Tord ready somewhere in cyberspace?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, here is Tord.
So I'm Tord Johnson. I'm the CTO of MTEK. At MTEK, we are a software company which provides software I'm going to speak a little bit about today. I'm only going to speak about part of the software because we have only 8 minutes. So in MTEK, we believe in simplifying and specifically simplifying manufacturing. And we do this by providing a software for digitalization and automation of manufacturing processes. So the end goal here is to improve factory and financial performance, right? So we call our software MBrain. And in many manufacturing cases, we have data that is locked in different silos and is hidden sort of in the production processes. And we have tried to design MBrain to be a software that can liberate that data. And we divide it into different packs just to make it a little bit more understandable. And I will focus today on the execution pack, which is basically keeping the control over your production, base package. And we also provide different other types of services where, for example, the connectivity pack, where you can connect different equipments, devices, sensors, etc., into our system and collect that data and look at it, analyze it, and sort of work with that data there. We also have a part that we would like to call the excellence pack, which is more sort of a connection towards the product itself, the design of the product, where you can add your control plans, your Kaizen events, your improvement work that you would like to do and then perform in a digitalized manner. And by using data you have in that system, you can sort of increase your operational excellence, basically. And also we have an analytics pack as well. There's a lot of AI companies here today, so I will not dwell on that one, but we have a deep learning in that one as well. We have, you can connect your different data streams to perform different types of analytics on them. When we put all of this together in one system, we like to call it a factory intelligence system. So we are not a specific product that is very specialized in one part of the manufacturing process, but we like to take care of being the overall system that you can sort of use and connect different other equipments to different other processes. So if we look at the execution pack, this is the basic package that you need to have in order to sort of manage your production. You can order it from all the way from order to planning, inventory, of course, the manufacturing process in itself, also the delivery part, right? So you have a system where you can arrange your manufacturing flow as the way you have it. You can rearrange it quickly, and then you can deploy it simply. And this is an advantage. Let's say you have multiple sites and you want all our sites working in the same way. You can sort of have your master plan, and then you can deploy it over the different sites. One other great thing about this is that when you provide instructions for manufacturing and you have multiple sites, for example, you are going to run into the problem that these might deviate a little bit depending on the site. So in this case, you have a master where you can perform and distribute your standard operating procedures. And that brings you to the sort of same basic quality levels no matter where you produce. It's also possible to connect, operator competence levels into certain things of these, so you can ensure that the ones working with that specific product in that specific process is correctly trained and have the authority to do so. One of the key aspects we have in our software, that we take very seriously, is the traceability part. And of course, not only from a material point of view, so you can follow your material all the way from incoming goods all the way through your factory and out again, but also traceability from other points of view, like who did it, when did we do it, with what kind of tools, what kind of process parameters, etc., which we'll talk a little bit more about later on as well. So then how does this come into play on the shop floor? Well, it's a little bit different depending, of course, what you produce. So I sort of generated a generic process flow. We focus mainly on discrete manufacturing. So we are not into the process manufacturing part, but the discrete manufacturing. So looking at this is just a simple example where material kitting, assembly, some quality inspection perhaps, and these kind of things before you finish and put it in your stock. So what we can receive here is that we can see, for example, when something happened, timestamps, very, very important part in a production environment, because it might seem simple to manufacture something, but I think everybody that has try to run the manufacturing operations know that things happen and things change. So simply, measuring time when something happens and the time it takes it to perform that specific activity gives you a lot of information about deviations, for example. Here you can have unique order instructions. You can follow what operators has actually been performing this operation step. What are the competence levels doing this? What kind of tools did they use? Was there any specific machine settings used, etc.? And then this gives you a baseline for your production understanding. In quality inspection, of course, you have the same kind of things, but here we can also add validation. And here we can connect, for example, a specific product's control plan into this one. So you can ensure that your product is being produced according to the control plan that you have set up for it. And also with the validation from either the machine doing it or a operator doing it. Rework loops is also common in many manufacturing steps that something goes wrong and you want to repair or maybe redo something. This is also something that we can track in the system and connect to that. You can also have your extra cost, man hours, etc. from that type of operation. But maybe more important would be that you have a traceability that a certain product ID has been reworked, which can be a great information if you have some quality issue later on. So then how does the user interact with the system? Well, we wanted to make the system smart or simple to use in that manner. So we, as long as you have a device that can show a web page, you can actually access our system through that, through the same mechanics. What we have working a lot with is to try to be able to structure the information that the operator or user will see. So information can be tailored depending on your user, depending on, but not only the user, but also on the task that's being done by the user. So in that way, we can sort of control and tailor the information that the operator or person working with the system can see and make them focus on what's really important in that specific step. So this is a great way to sort of remove unnecessary information and being able to bring that information up in certain cases when you need it for fault finding or other activities. Another important part here is also that we have that traceability log. So it's possible to follow a production order or a unit, and you can see exactly what happened to that unit at one time instance and by what person, etc. So it doesn't matter if you're an engineer working on a complex thing like a cross-process correlation between different parameters, or if you're performing maybe a simple visual inspection of a produced unit. So all of this can be tailored and handled within the system.
So we have about a minute left now, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a few customer examples. We have helped a large Swedish OEM customer in the security environment, and they do a single piece flow now. They start with pen and paper. Now they have a fully digitalized line, leading to great improvements in lead time and yield, flexibility for the product. Another one of our customers is within the energy sectors, and they are actually using this system to control their entire production. So it can range from anywhere from part of a cell to a line to a complete factory operations. So 3 takeaways. MBrain was built to simplify manufacturing. We have designed it to provide insights and not only data. And it has actually been created by manufacturing people for manufacturing people. So thank you for listening.
Great. Thank you so much. We have to move forward, Tord, but yeah, you will get people contacting you afterwards, I'm sure. Thanks so much.